everybody, welcome back to Robert's Train Set, part 3 of the Loft Blitz. Exactly as it was at the end of the last part. I've just come up here, pretty busy at the moment, so I'm not going swimming today. I've had to sort out my broadband deal because it's coming to an end. Spoken to somebody at Talk and got a reasonable, about the same as I'm paying now, so that's okay. And I also was due to go to a U3A meeting this evening, but because of the old virus, it's all been cancelled, so that's a shame. Never mind. So I thought I might as well use today to have another look up here, and I think what I've got to do, and I will do a little bit on it after I do it, is just try and sort through things and decide what I can actually throw away. I've got to take the bit between the bullet and get on with it and throw things away that have been up here years and I've never used them. So just so I'd like to thank all my subscribers, and I've had a hell of a lot of comments about this. Some very encouraging, and others encouraging but saying, you know, I need to insulate and put Velux roof windows in and all this sort of thing, which I do appreciate, don't get me wrong, but you know, I'm a pensioner on a set pension, and I have to, you know, live within my means, so that sort of work is quite expensive. So I'm standing here in front of the camera at the moment, and it's Tuesday morning, at about 9:45 in the morning, and it's about 10 degrees outside, and you can see I'm sitting here, got my shirt on and all that. Yes, all right, I know it's not minus outside and whatever, and it would be cold, but I'm going to see how it goes. So I do appreciate all your comments, and I'm sure when I'm freezing to death with icicles hanging off my nose, you'll all saying, so, well, we did tell you so, you know. I've also had a few comments about, you know, getting people in, you know, because I don't know what I'm doing. Well, just to let you know, I am a retired carpenter and joiner, and for the electrics, the firm I work for, I did have a training as a pat tester, you know, the electrical pat testing, so I know a little bit about electrics, you know, and I fitted out the lights in here. My power comes up from a bedroom and it plugs into a socket. So I can turn it all off, so that's what I'm planning to do. I'll get some of these boxes, you know, electrical boxes, take wires in and bring sockets out underneath the layout where I need to do them, so it should be fairly safe, and then I can just isolate everything, not the lights, they're in permanently, but you know, the 13 amp sockets. So hopefully that will allay any fears you might have that I'm going to do myself with. I do need to be careful up here, you know, I'm not as young as I used to be. So one hint I would say to you is, wherever you're working on your model railway, and I'm sure most of you do, but make sure you've got your mobile phone with you, just in case you have a fall and you know, at least you could ring for help. So I've got that there. Sensible shoes, which you can't see, I know, but sensible shoes. I've got some vinyl gloves to protect my poor old hands, because they've got soft over the years. So I'm going to turn off now. Don't think there's anything else. Oh, the casserole was lovely, and I'm having another portion of it tonight, so that'll be good. And I'll get on and I'll just probably do some snaps. I might film again, see how we go. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed number 2, and this is number 3. Alright everybody, cheers, bye. So this is all the stuff beginning to pile up. And yeah, it's getting bigger, I think. And yes, I cleared some stuff out, so I've got to get it all downstairs now. Well, I'm puffing a bit. I've been up and down the old steps and down the stairs quite a few number of times, and at the end of this I'll show you all the stuff down there ready to go in the car. But I've made reasonable progress now. I know it still looks a tip. That's where I'm going to take all the stuff downstairs, but it looks like a tip, but with a little bit of tidying and finding little spaces to put things, I don't think it's too bad. I was never going to empty the loft. I said that at the beginning, but a lot of the boxes over there that you saw after I got rid of the train boxes, they were all Christmas decorations. So I'm just going to keep a couple of trees and the wreath thing that goes on the front door. Otherwise I'm not going to keep the rest. It's all going down the tip. It's been up here years. I didn't really put much up last year, and I think I had a tree up the year before because I thought some kids might be coming, but that's not likely to happen now, so don't really need them. And being here by myself, I don't really need to spend hours decorating and putting trees up and everything, putting up decorations. So we're getting there, as I said. A little bit more organisation here for some stuff over in that corner up there, because I've got some more hi-fi equipment and so, which I think I will keep. But yeah, it's doing well. And over there also is my my screen and my projector for my movies that I used to take on Super 8. That could be an interesting video one day, couldn't it? I wonder what's on that. I can't remember. I certainly know I took some pictures of the post office tower in London when it first opened. I zoomed up from below and then from above, so that was quite interesting. And I've not looked at those in 40 years, probably longer than that. So perhaps better get them out and have a look. Anyway, I'm now going to move down the ladder and show you what's in the hall entrance to go in the car. See you in a minute. So here we are down in the hallway, and as you can see, there's quite a bit of stuff here to go down the tip. I'm hoping I can dump it there and let them sort it out. If not, it'll probably all go into landfill, which will be a shame because there's some crockery here and say Christmas decorations that might be worth selling. I don't know whether they will. And if I pan up slowly and go give you a view through the door into the dining room, the train set, you see my computer on there, and that is loading up number 2 at the moment. So I'm trying to do it with the new uploading program that they provide. I've had not too good results with this. I think I've tried to upload 6 or 7, and so far I've only managed to get one up. So I'm hoping this one will go, and we'll see. But I did write and tell them they need to sort this out so it's 100% reliable before they take the old one off, because otherwise I won't be able to post half of the stuff. Anyway, I'm going to get all this into the car and get it down the tip, I think, because they're only open. They don't open on Thursday and Friday here, so can't do anything with that. So here's all the stuff. I got it in the boot, not too bad. It didn't go too high in there, and I did actually fold the seats down for this lot, so it's gone well. When I got back, it was lunchtime, so it was nice. I sat out, and you can see, and had my lunch outside on the patio. So I really enjoyed that. It's great, great. Well, here I am back up in the loft. I've taken all that down to the tip, and the very kind gentleman down there, I just dumped it all on the side, and they sorted it out for me, which was very kind of them. Yeah, great people. And I had a phone call. I got the bike. I told you about the bike. Lovely bike. The only thing that didn't appear to work was the headlight on it. And I bought it from Ideal World. So I sent them an email, and they're really fast with the responses, really good. And basically they said, we'll get the manufacturer to give you a ring and sort of try and sort it out. And he did this morning. Well, yeah, when I got back from the tip. So apparently I just needed to push a switch on the control panel, which isn't in the instructions. So I went out and tried it, and yeah, it works. So that's great. So really good. So I'm up here again, and I'm now going to try and clear this area. So the bit in front of you there, and the bit down here, and the bit behind me, and most of it I think can probably go over in that corner. We'll see if we can then sort of set about seeing how this railway is going to go in here. So be back later on. Cheers. Well, welcome back everybody. So I've been reasonably hard at work, as you can see. It's now cleared. I've got loads of timber that I've found, as you can see if I just pan in gently. Loads of timber and white plastic, you know, like fascia plastic from your roofs, which is good. And if I swing round a little bit gently, then you can see I've got some of that plastic. Now this plastic that you can see here is about 2.5 inches less than 10 foot, so it's just a fraction under 3 meters. And I've got it set at 42 inches or 3'6". And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the camera here on, and I'm going to go in front and I'm going to walk up underneath and see what you think. And also, of course, I've got to be able to stretch across the layout. Now I'm going to have the back scene up here, so but I can still, I think, get at it, and I can get to there. And then if I'm feeling really tired, I've got a bit more headroom to go through this bit, which I will turn the camera around and show you. So as you saw me go underneath the layout, I can also go past the end, so I can do that. So, you know, I think that'll work. If I put it much lower than this, I think I'm going to have to sort of bend and scrouch with my legs and whatever. So, and as you can see, I can reach. You know, if I go here, you know, I can reach over there and do what I need to do, and I can do it from the end, of course. So the idea is that I will get a bit of timber that is 10 foot long. So it will just be about level with the end of those beams, or the edges, the underside edge of those supports. And bearing in mind that my layout is only 8 foot, about 8'5" long, I've got the ability, haven't I, at whichever end I want, and I suspect it will be that end there, to put an extra probably 3 single straights in. So I'd like your comments. Do you think I've got it too high? Or is it just about right? Can you see any problems that I can't? But I'm quite happy with this. Now obviously I've still got loads of stuff about. Now the chair down there and the table is probably what I'm going to have the computer on, and I'm probably going to sit at the table with the chair. And I've even got my footstool, so I should be nice and comfortable. And behind the chair and the table there is a little unit that was over there. That can probably go underneath somewhere, and I can put things on, can't I? So yeah, I'm fairly happy with this. So I think what I need to do now is sort of think about the timber. So I'm going to put 2 big long 10 foot long timbers, and I'm going to try and get probably 100 by 50, or you know, 90 by 45 or whatever. I'm going to screw them really solidly to these beams, and then I can put timbers in between to support the layout, and then timbers in between the cross members to sort of where it needs it for the layout, because the width from one side to the other is actually wider than my layout as far as I know. So yeah, at the moment if I put it on there it'll fall through. So I've just measured it because I hadn't. Between over all those 2 bits of plastic, it's 4'8". Now my layout, the major part of the layout is 4 foot. Obviously with the embankments added on, and then the fiddle yard makes it about 5 foot. So I think it should work. I'm probably going to have to adapt the fiddle yard a bit, perhaps, or whatever. I might even have to just adapt the other side. I don't know yet, but we'll see how we go. But I'm fairly confident this is going to work, with a little bit of alteration, I think. Yeah, so I've now got to, as I said, I've got to sort the timber out, and go and either order it on B&Q, or I would like to go and use the local supplier. You know, they need the help, don't they? So we've got a building supplier here. So I might go and see him. If I get a list of timber and see what he's going to charge me, and maybe do the same thing on B&Q. But obviously, being 10 foot long, I can't get it in the car, so it'll need to be delivered. So anyway, I'm happy with my, well, 3/4 of a day's work. I think everything's down the tip, and everything sort of stacks away as best I can at the moment. I mean, when it's done, I might sort of get some material to go along the purlins, the bits, those bits, to hide a lot of this. You know, I'll see how I go. Yeah, I'm happy at the moment. Yeah. So I'd like to thank all any new subscribers that come on. I've had a few in the last few days. That's because I'm doing something instead of just running trains around and round. But yeah, I thank you very much, and obviously all my existing ones. And comments please. You know, I had a load of comments on the last one, on the first one. Don't know on the second one yet, because it's just about gone up ready to go on tomorrow. So it'll go on Wednesday at 6 o'clock. So that will be Wednesday the 18th at 6 o'clock is when it's scheduled to come on. So have a look at that, see what you want. And then you can see what I did between that one and this one. But yeah, as I keep saying, I'm happy, and I'm happy. A bit tired, a bit warm, but fine. So I don't know if you remember, but I had an FM aerial on this post. But it's still there, but I've moved it as high up as I can. I'm going to leave the TV aerial where it is. So that aerial now goes right up into the ridge board. And just to be, because it's just under the height of my head, I've put some nice bubble wrap around that bottom edge. But it's very flexible, it's not solid. So if I hit it, it will just move. So I shouldn't end up with great gouges out of my head. We'll see how we go. And I did try the radio that it's connected to, and it still works, surprisingly. So yeah, happy with that. And as you can see, loads of timber. We've got timber there, and timber all on the floor over there. They're slats out of a bed, which we no longer have. We've got the slats, so I might be able to use them for cross members, I don't know. See how I go. Anyway, let's carry on with the next bit. And if you notice, if I swing round a bit and down a bit, I did go and get some steps out the shed, instead of standing on the chair or whatever you might think you could do. So I think I'm going to leave this like this for the time being and go and have a rest before I do any measuring and have a think. So cheers everybody, cheers, thanks for watching, and please comment, please recommend to other people if you can, and we'll see if we can build up the subscriber base. But I've had some really nice comments, so I do thank you all. Okay, cheers everybody, cheers.